Hello guys, today we are going to create door in Unreal Engine. So let's do start. First of all, we will go to content drawer and here we will create a blueprint. Let me delete this one. mm, Hold on, let me delete this one. Yep, force delete. And yeah, so let's create a folder blueprints, and in this folder right click, create a blueprint class here, and an actor, and we will name it door blueprint. Just save it and open. You will see this new window which is for editing the blueprint of the door. And first of all, we need to add cube and zoom it out, and from the x-axis reduce this to something 0.15 or something like this. And for getting the reference of how it looks, first of all we have to raise it up to base level. And now let's go here in our level editor and see where our character is looking. By default it's looking in that direction, so I will drag and drop it here. And yeah, this is the base. So let's see, as you can see it is very small. We need to increase its height as well, so I will go to resize and increase its height uh, till I get the appropriate height here. Now let's test the height. Still it's little low. We will increase height little more like this, and we will so that's it. This is how our door is looks like. We will place it like this, and as you can see now the height makes some sense. Now let's add some collision here, so when the user enters in that area the door will close or open. But before that we have to make some logic here. First of all I will reduce the thickness to 0.05. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. And we can add also add material here, and we will do wood if we can. We have wood here. Yeah, now let's see how it looks in. That's strange. By the way, let's keep it like that. You can add different wood types. That's not wood. This one is wood. Yeah, that's some, to some extent it's a wood, but it's very strange wood. I don't know why, how it looks like. Just keep it like that. It's up to you. You can use any custom material here. So let's go about the logic of the rotation. First of all we will go to add, and when we have selected the cube we'll click add and type the COLLI box collision, and to this box collision we will lift it up to half and increase its height to cover up the door, and also its width to cover up the door like this. And scroll down on component begins overlap, just click add button, and here we will do and here we will click the default root scene. In the default root scene we will get relative location, or transform. You can just also get directly rotation from here. and split this rotation, and from this Z rotation we will just again do set relative rotation and split this, and we just first of all we will try to set it to 90 degrees and test it. Yep, it's very strange. You can just see that's now how it should work. So what we will do, instead of on adding on collision, we will add it on event, so we will see how exactly it is behaving. We will move it a little forward on and connect this to event tick, and disconnect this link, and here it's already 90. So what we will do, we will just want to see how it opens. We'll drag from here and click on the plus or type the add and add a 0.05 or something like that and set it to this. Now let's test how it behaves. It's not behaving anything. There can be something wrong with this. Get relative rotation, or from the transform split and split, and to this set here. There's some kind of bug. It should be doing that. Instead of, we will do 0.1 and set it to rotation. मैं कर लेता हूँ. Hello everyone, today we are going to create a door in Unreal Engine. So let's get started. First of all, we will go to content drawer and create a folder if it doesn't exist. Here in the content you will be here. I have created a blueprints folder, and in this I will right click and create a blueprint class and select the actor. I will call it door pp, and once it is done we will open it, and in the viewport you have to add a cube. No, this cube is very large. To actually measure what is the size, you need to place it in the viewport. Let's play the game here and just stop it here and drag and drop this in the viewport, and you can see this size doesn't make any sense as a door. So we will replace it. Actually we will resize it. You can do it from here by the scaling like this, or you can also click on this select object or press just R and resize it by these controls. Okay, so here we will set it into 0.1 or even lesser than that, 0.05. Yeah, that makes sense. And now we will see how it looks like, but before that we have to adjust so it is actually in the level of the viewport. So now let's go back in the viewport and see, does it make sense as a door? Yeah, it does. Actually the size is quite good, and but in the viewport we do not have placed it properly, so we will do it. Sorry, my mouse just lost. Okay, we will place it like this because that's how the doors look like. Yep, this is how this door looks like. Yeah, it's exactly the size the door should be. Now let's do some rotation because the door needs to be opened, but before that we will place some kind of bars above and below it. That's the standard way the doors are built. Let's for reference we will search the door here. In, as you can see, there is frame around it. There is a frame around every door, so we will create that frame. It's not actually high quality which I am building. You can do it if you want to. I will just press Ctrl D to duplicate it and drag to this. I will keep the size exactly same. I will reduce the thickness. Sorry, I will keep the height same, and I will reduce its width like this. Zoom a little. Sorry, my screen size is very small. This might not be good enough to be seen, but yep, that goes too close. So what we will have to is to change this one. We will use our mouse or the manual values. I think this is fine. Now we will duplicate it again. Sorry, it's not duplicated. We will press Ctrl D and it's duplicated. We will take it here, and does that make sense? To some extent actually. Again I will duplicate this one, the main door. Ctrl D and lift it up a little, like here, and reduce its height actually, which is 2.4. I will just reduce its height from here, and now increase its width to fit the both frames. Yeah, like this. Now I will have to bring it a little below, which close to the frame and door. It goes 2 in. Let's change the location. I think this is better, and let's take it close. '54, '53. I think that's good. Yeah, no, the same one to the below. Control D and bring it down. Yeah, I think that's enough. I'm not going into details, but let's see. mm, Looks good. Okay, you can change the sizes and everything else. Now let's do some apply some materials to this. These are the when you click on the site, there are materials which are which come by default. You can also import other material. I will search for steel. It's this, and the same steel. I will apply the steel to all of those sides. Okay, and should we apply the wood material here? Which would be good? This wood is good, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's see how it looks like. Okay, I mean, yep. You can create the door handles and everything else which you would like to. It's up to you how much detail you want to add. So now let's do some good work. Now add some functionality to the event graph. But before that, okay, in the event graph, in the event tick, we will just get reference to our this main door. I will rename it. Variable name is cube, and I will rename it to door main cube or something like that. And here in the event graph, I will fetch it and get world rotation, and from this rotation I will split it, split the struct pin, and to the z axis I will do add. Basically we have to add, and again from this set world rotation and split it, and pin this to z axis. You have taken the z, so here we will put the 1 and see how it behaves. Here it is. Now let's play the game and see how it behaves. This is how it looks like. You can create other kind of rotations. It's up to you. Let's say if you want to increase the speed or something like that, we will increase this number. Let's say if it do 5 here, that's how it works. Now let's go back to viewport, and okay, okay, the problem we are facing is that the door is behaving like it's moving around its center, and we need to move it from this edge or this edge to open it to left or right. So let's fix that. To fix it, there is no way, there's no way we can change the pivot point of this door, but we can do a trick. Let's go to default scene route and click this add button and add a new arrow. We have added the arrow. I will call it the pivot point of door, and this I will drag this door main cube and make it its child. Now if you look at this, both of the centers, or center of the door and the center of the arrow, are the same, as this is the door and this is the so this is the pivot point and this is the door. So but we have to change this arrow. We have to bring it to somewhere here. But before that, I will drag this door to start right from the arrow or the pivot point where it should be. So what I will do, I will drag this and bring it here. Sorry, it's actually the problem of same. I will have to enter the value manually, mm, like this. Okay, now let's go to gameplay, and you will notice it's actually still rotating like that, because we have not changed it in the event graph. We have still told it to change the fetch value of door main cube, and we will just delete it and drag the pivot point and connect both targets to this. And now let's see how it opens. That's how it, but there is a weird thing that it is actually rotating. So and the other thing is that we need to make it like that. So let's do. First of all, we will go to our viewport and change its rotation from here. Still it's 0 0, we will rotate it to 90 degrees, exactly 90 or 180. It's up to you. And now let's, as you can see, it's now opening to the right side, which is usually the case in the real life doors. Basically it can be on the left or right, it's up to you how you want to make it open and close. Now let's add a new logic in our blueprint and restrict it to open and close only to 90 degrees. So let's go here and add an if condition here. If, and from this value it is less than or equal to, if it is less than or equal to 90 degrees, then it will do that adding up. If it is not, then it will not. Okay, now let's do. Now let's see why it is not doing this shit. It is 90 degrees or less than that. In case of true, then it will do that. Sorry, not this. It is less than 90 degrees. So in this case we will check what is the actual angle here. We might be doing something wrong, so we will print this, print string or text or something like that, and before this branch we will connect this print statement, and then for so on. And from this we will in the string and duration, just break this link to duration. Now it will print the angle. It is 180 exactly. That's what it is. So now let's go. It's in the pivot point in the viewport, and click on the pivot point, and the rotation of the real world is 90 degrees. So now let's change this world rotation to a relative rotation and split it, and this and this, and here in the world rotation we will change it to relative rotation. Set relative rotation, just to make sure we'll do it again. Set relative rotation, yeah, and the transformation we will do it. It's this one, sorry, that was wrong, which we had earlier. Oh, sorry. Get get relative rotation. Okay, now connect the Z to this and to this and to this and this one to, okay, sorry, we have to split it, split the struct and connect. And in the case of true, we will do this. Now let's find out what's going on. Yep, now it's 90 degree and it's open. It won't close because we have told it to not. So let's do again some modification and put some interesting thing here. We will just delete this print statement and bring these things closer to each other. So this will be here and this will be here and here and okay, this is the code we or the functionality we need. So we need to make it open when the user enters in this when the player enters in this area. So what we will do, we will do the pivot point and click on the pivot point and add the collision box, collision, in the box collision, and change the size of the box collision. I think this is enough. We will bring it up to cover, sorry. That's enough, I think. Mama. Here in we will on component begin overlap. As if you read its details, event is called when something starts to collapse. This is, for example, a player walking into this. So when component begins overlap, we need to do this, and this is started with this if branch. So what we will be doing, we will drag this and connect to it. That's it. Now let's see if it really opens. Now we will walk into this. It is strange. When we walk into it, it just adds, because when player overlaps, it adds by 5. So how we can do change it? We just do 90 here, and it will open and close completely. But as for now, we are just doing open. Now let's go here. Yep. If you want to do it smoothly, you can put the pointer here. Okay. We will declare a new variable here and call it is opening, and a new variable call is open, and we will just compile. Is opening is false and is open is false. And now what we will do here is we will take all of these to event tick. It will be done on event tick, but only break this link, and we will add another condition here. If is opening, cat is opening, and if it is true. And here we will, in the condition of false, we will set is opening to false, and also after that is open to true. And here we will add it 1. or something like that. And here we will set to is opening to true, and let's compile. Now let's go and test. Wow, no, we need to close it. So let's add that functionality here in the box, and go to viewport and click the box collision and move down when component ends overlap. So we will click it and we will click is closing and is closed. Set is closing to true and set is closed to false. And in the same way we need to make, I mean in the event we need to do some kind of same thing, and here we will add flow and I just forgot the name of that switch. Yeah, it's the sequence. Yeah, we will add a sequence. This is the 0 and this is the 1, and here we will get if it is closing, get is closing. I don't know, it's a little messed up. I will just bring that down, and if it is closing then we have to do the same thing, the same as this one, and we will just copy this and bring it here, and again add an if condition. So now it's like this. If it's closing and the rotation is greater than, we will change this to greater, and the rotation is greater than 0 degrees, then we will reduce this. Instead of adding up, we will subtract by 5. Now what it will do, if it is closing, then it will reduce the rotation by 5 degrees, and after if in the true case it will set dash rotation. In case of false, it will set is closing to false, and after that is closed to true. Now let's save it and try to play what and see how it behaves. There can be bug. That's a strange behavior. Now let's debug how and why it is doing like this. Is closing, no. Is closed, no. Now let's increase the area of this box collision. We have to increase its scale a little, and height, increase this area. That's behavior is strange. To debug this, we need to print the values here. Just print collision started, collision ended. Now it will collision has started and ended, started and ended. Now this is very strange kind of behavior, and the reason is that when door opens it collides with the box. So we need to limit it to third person character collision only. So from here we will get the other collision and get the class sorry, delete this. Cast to third person character. So it means that when the third person casting is it's actually the third person, then we will do this. And if it is successfully casted, which means that it's actually that third person character. So we will do the same with this. We will do click on the other actor and cast to third person character, or whatever the character blueprint name is. You might be having your custom characters, you can just change it here. So just connect these true conditions, and now let's see if it behaves the same way, because the collision ended and the collision that. Yep, now we, and yeah, it's closed. It just opened here and closed. That's very strange. It just closes very it closes very quickly. This kind of there is kind of bug. So yeah, you would say that the user has exited, but still it is open. It's because the collision has ended and again started. So you can fix the such problems by just changing the size of this collision box. Okay, now let's go to the box collision and see what other events are available for us. There are on begin overlap, end overlap, and chip. That's it. We have to be with those. So when the component begins overlap and ends overlap, that's it. You can work further on this and check with the rotations. We're subtracting, and if it is greater than, okay, it's doing only in the case of greater than that, which is not in the case. We will greater than or equal to 0, and the condition would be this, and after that we are adding 5 here. We will do it 1. Is opening and open. Closing is false and closed. If it is opening, yep. This is very strange because the size is small. Size in the viewport, we will go to box and increase its size so that the collision is actually possible. Increase it a little. So this is how you can make a door. You can place it in anywhere. You can create further details by adding the pivot points and joints and hinges and whatever you would like to. It's up to you how you want it to be. So that's it. I hope you like the video, and please subscribe my channel if you like the video. I just create some such technical videos for you over the time, and I hope you would like it. Thank you.